And this review is of the Swiftex Helix 120 BW PWM fan. And they don't provide very much information on here. So if you go to the website, you can get more information. One interesting thing about this fan that I haven't seen before is that they use a Z bearing. I can't tell you much about it other than that it is somehow different in terms of in which way it moves. So it does not move on the Z axis. If I remember correctly, it moves on the Y axis. So I find that I'm not really sure how that differs from other fans, but hey, it's interesting. This is it. And you can see 9 blades, PWM connector, cables got sleeving. Let's listen to it. I can't drop it down any lower than that. It's very quiet, although I can hear a little bit of rubbing. A little bit of harmonics going on. Again. 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 Wow, another one. Very interesting. This one seems to really have a lot of harmonic issues. Let's see what it seems like versus the Noctua, because it's not a particularly loud fan, is it? Except for the grinding. I would say it's a little bit louder than the Noctua. But it's not a lot louder than the Noctua. So, what can we do with this fan? Well, obviously, you can put it on a case. You can use it for intake and exhaust. You can put it on an air cooler. It's definitely strong enough for that. And if you have a low density radiator for a water cooler, you could also use that, although it really is on the low end of the static pressure for a radiator at 2.29 millimeters of water. But, depends on what kind of radiator you got. If you got one of those old ones that's thin and doesn't have a lot of density between the fins and stuff, then yeah, that would work out. But I wouldn't put it on anything that's like really thick or has a lot of fin density. It's just not going to be able to push enough air through to properly cool it off for that purpose. So let's go ahead and take a look at the specifications. Now, as I mentioned, you can look up more information on the fan on their website. Unfortunately, their website it seems to be being run by another company for Swiftech. That's my assumption. It is not using HTTPS, and the server certification does not say Swiftech. It gives a different name. And so I can't even go there with Firefox. I had to go to use Edge to get there and look at the extra information that is not provided on the box. So this is at the time that I got it, was a $12 fan, and it's certified by CE and ROHS, same as Noctua. I'm not sure where it's made because it doesn't say on the website or on the box. It's a 120 by 25 millimeter fan, 60,000 hours of life. Don't know about the warranty, that wasn't mentioned. The weight is 160 grams. Sorry about that. And so if we look at the Noctua has a minimum of 150,000 hours and a 6-year warranty. So 60,000. I guess that Z-axis bearing is not that great after all. Maybe, or maybe they just used a cheap one. I'm not really sure. Then also the weight is 160 versus the 200 of the Noctua. Both have 9 blades. Although when you look at the 9 blades of this SwiftTech, you're like, wow, that's it really looks like it's got more than 9 blades, even though it's only 9. The range for the RPMs is 800 to 1800 versus 4500 to 2000 for the Noctua, with a variance at the bottom end of 25%, at the top end of 10%. It has a minimum airflow of 24.23 CFMs and a maximum of 55 CFMs. The static pressure has a minimum of 0.53 and a maximum of 2.29 millimeters of water. Minimum decibels of 16 of under 16, maximum under 33. And there's a 40 centimeter cable fan cable. Sorry. No daisy chaining. It's got sleeve on the cable, so it looks nicer. It is PWM, and again, Z-axis bearing. 12 volts from 7 to 13.8. 2.4 watt fan with 0.2 amps. It doesn't have any indications for rotation and flow. It turns in a clockwise direction, and it comes with 4 screws.
I'd like to thank Grindler at Bleeping Computer for allowing me to share my videos and posts on his website. Bleeping Computer has a lot of resources, including vetted programs, malware removal instructions, malware removal volunteers, other kinds of volunteers for IT, cybersecurity information, and more. It's a great place to go. Give it a try. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.